and which is one of the reasons why I'm considering moving back, because I'm like, I have a low tolerance for stress, and Nigeria is only stress.
Hello everyone, it's Iveoma, your guide to Africa, and today I'm in Odera's house. Odera is a returnee who's now considering moving to the US. Odera, thank you so much. I'm also in her house. Her house is gorgeous. Odera, thank you so much for being on my channel. Tell me about you. Like, what were you doing in the US before you moved to Lagos, Nigeria?
All right, so in 2017, I was in New York Film Academy for broadcast journalism. So in 2018, I was a part-time teacher. I taught middle school girls in downtown Brooklyn.
Oh, Brooklyn, that's nice.
Downtown Brooklyn, community media studies, photography, and chess.
Okay.
Yeah, that was really interesting.
Yeah, that is interesting.
And on the side, because that was my day there, my part-time day job, and on the side I was doing freelance journalism projects. So I shoot and edit, and for different people, different break-free media, different TV, anything that anybody needs video for. Those were the type of videos that I was working on, including the ABS show, which is how I know her, because she was my predecessor on the show. How
I actually knew Odera was in this area is I think I tweeted my location, like I'm living in Ibaju Blakey, and I didn't know anybody was in the area, and Odera DM'd me on Instagram, and then at the time I was at Sky Mall, so I was like, oh, I'm just gonna walk to your house. Right? And this was the first time that we met each other, because even though we were on Mina TV together, we weren't there at the same time. I just thought it was awesome. Like, I didn't meet you in New York. I met you in Lagos, Nigeria.
I was born in America, lived there till I was 10, came to Nigeria for high school and college.
Wow.
Did youth service, and then after youth service, my mom told me to go back in 2016. So because of how rushed I felt when I left, I felt like, oh man, there were still so many opportunities I left untapped in Nigeria, and I was absolutely homesick. I missed pepper in my food. I was tired of the cold. I was tired of the subtle racism. Give me tribalism any day. So I was just like, I want to go home and see how I can positively impact my country through my job, which is journalism. I felt like I would rather be telling stories that I know can affect Nigeria and help my people improve and progress, rather than just telling stories that did not matter as much to me in the US. So that was why I came back.
When did you move back to Nigeria?
August 2018.
August 2018, and now it's like February 2020. So, but you're also now considering moving to the US. So why the sudden change?
I think part of it is maturity. I had to tell myself at some point, Nigeria is not my speed. There's so many things that I really can't take. For one, I don't know how your audience is going to take this, but I do not have an entrepreneurial bone in my body. And
well, they're going to take it as you being honest. Let's be honest, because I actually believe this too. Like, there's this whole thing on social media right now where everyone is trying to push entrepreneurship, and I always think it's kind of a little bit ridiculous. Not everyone's mind is made in the same way, and entrepreneurs will be nothing without employees. There are people who are meant to work, and there are people who are meant to be the owner or CEOs of companies. And I actually do believe in that. So at least that you were able to recognize that in yourself.
Yeah, so I have no entrepreneurship in me. I love to be given a mission, a mandate. I love to be given a target, a deadline. I love to be evaluated.
Nigeria is more... If you're going to move back to Nigeria or you're going to move to Nigeria from overseas, the thing is, you really have to be focused on entrepreneurship, or it's just not going to work. No, money focused and focus on entrepreneurship.
And that's the thing. I've never been money minded. I've always been about purpose and passion, and doing something for the greater good, bigger than myself. And Nigeria does not give room for that. You can't follow your passion in Nigeria. I mean, there are people. No, you can't. For me, I think because my passion is liberating Nigeria, and like everybody's so wallowed in corruption. It's like I'm not sure this is gonna work. I want to be the type of journalist that they're throwing in jail. Only I don't want to go to jail. Like, I want to tell the truth. I want to expose corruption. But now we see journalists like even turning up missing, turning up dead, like people that are leaking things that are happening in the government. Not journalists, but a lot of people that are leaking things happening in the government are turning up dead, and all sorts of things. And that's just super dangerous for me to even imagine. I was just about to get into it, and I'm like, I'm the only child of my mother. I love this country, but at a point I had to sit down and I'm like, am I really ready to die for this country just yet? And I'm like, I don't want to do this anymore. I'm really sad because I really did come with this like revolutionary mindset, but I'm just like, this is not the country, these are not the people to do that with. Like, everybody would leave me standing. There were so many things I was thinking about, and I'm not thinking of money to also survive. Like,
how are you surviving in Lagos, Nigeria without being money minded? Because this place just can suck up a lot of money and a lot of money.
Part of maturity is that I'm owning up to my privilege. I am the only child, and both of my parents live in the United States, and dollar converts very nicely every week when I get it. And
the thing is, I like that you're being honest about that. A lot of people are supported by their parents, but they're embarrassed or ashamed, you know, like, to say it. But they are. We all know. We know people who are supported by their parents.
Yeah, and they're doing very nicely because of that support. Exactly. So I see why not. I don't see why not. Be honest. Since I stopped working in October, I continued.
October when? 2019?
Yes, October 2019 was the last time I worked, and it was just a mess. I don't appreciate Nigerian work culture. You're working for chicken changes. I took a salary cut the minute I opened my mouth and said I want to move to Nigeria. And then getting here and taking some type of jobs, I took even more salary cuts. Sometimes because of opportunities I felt I was going to be available to, but it was not worth it. So I just said, okay, no more. I can't pretend to do this. The stress of going from our area to basically the city center, which is VI, you know, it's too much on anybody. I don't think anybody deserves to go through that stress to make like, you know, not up to $1,000 a month.
Wait, how long is the commute from here to VI?
2 hours.
And that's in the morning, right?
Yes, 2 hours every morning. And that 2 hours is because my job was pretty flexible, because I was, you know, hired as a freelancer, so they know my hours are more flexible. So I don't go in at 9, 8 in the morning. I'm there at 10, so I leave my house at 8. But like, if you're at a job that you have to be there at 8, 9, you have to leave like 5:30 a.m. in this Lagos. And I'm just like, why? People don't have lives. Everybody is stressed, which is why you've noticed that men in this country die really early, because they're working.
Well, definitely people are definitely stressed out. I did notice a death. A lot of people are dying young. Also, people tend to go from like 0 to 100 here really fast. And Nigerians are very forgiving of like public outbursts because of that, because they understand, like, there has been, maybe this moment is the straw that broke the camel's back, but we all know, you know, that there's many other moments before that, and it was just building up. So Nigerians can go from 0 to 100. I'm talking about like,
you will see men in suits and ties, like taking off their jackets and squaring up early in the morning, ready to fight these touts, these local guys driving these Danfo buses, wearing torn shorts, wearing torn shorts, torn shirts, and everybody's ready to fight. And it's like, why are you so angry this early in the morning? Yeah. But that's the frustration Nigeria gives you. Everything could have frustrated him that morning, and this bus driver was the one that was gonna get it. It's like transferred aggression, and it happens all the time, which is a lot of the reason why I stay in my house as well. I'm trying to avoid issues. Like, I don't want anybody's stress on me, which is one of the reasons why I'm considering moving back, because I'm like, I have a low tolerance for stress, and Nigeria is only stress. I don't know how this sounds. Maybe I'm gonna be like seen as an ajebo for your Nigerian viewers or something.
A what?
Ajebutter.
What's that?
A softie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then I like to tout myself as Paco, which is the opposite of that, like a hard hard girl.
Paco is ghetto.
Yes. Okay. But I call myself Princess Paco. And on my own YouTube channel where I talk about Nigeria, it's Princess Paco Talks. So I can't deal with all of that. I can't deal with all of that stress anymore. It took a large toll on me while I was dealing on it. With it, like I've been at home for like 4 months or so, and I run into my friends and they're like, "You look so fresh. Did you just come
Honestly,
back?"
You do look fresh. You look beautiful. You look like you literally went to the village and just stayed for like 2 months.
Yeah, and that's because I don't go out into Lagos traffic. I don't interact with Lagos stress.
But the thing is, you know, if you don't go out, everything here is about connections and opportunities. How are you getting those?
I already have a lot of connections because I worked in Lagos like a year. I grew up in Lagos, so I know a lot of people in the business. During politics, I did work with a lot of political organizations. So I say I don't go out, but I do travel a whole lot because I love exploring Nigeria, and I do go out when I'm called. So I go out like, you know, with reason. I'm not going out every single day just, you know, popping up in networking events to hang around. So if there's a reason, so like this week, a BBC Media Action called me for a conference, and Saturday there's a political talk that I'm working on covering for somebody. So
the thing is, even though you say you're not working, you still do things. You still have freelance jobs.
I'm not actively working. Like, I could be doing a whole lot of more aggressive marketing of myself and, you know, like going out and be like, this is my card, this is my camera, this is what I do. I'm not doing that. It's just people that already know me, people that already know what I do, call me up for a job, and that's what I do, you know. And then there are people that call me for a job and I'm like, this is my price. If not, I'm not moving from my bed. Like,
so let's actually go back to the year. Okay, so you were here since 2018. Between 2018 and 2020, what have you been doing? Let's talk about that, because I don't think we covered that.
Okay, I have been a content creator, journalist, producer, putting all sorts of information together and working with different organizations. Sometimes I'm attached to one particular organization. I write articles every once in a while. That was what I've been doing since August 2018 to October 2019. Before I just went, you know, full solo and I just do whatever pops up.
So how is like the freelance fields for journalism here or media here?
It is not good.
I feel like it's pretty tough.
It's very, very tough because it's dangerous, you know, like.
Well, is it dangerous because of the things that you're talking about?
It's dangerous because of the places I have to go to. There are not so many security measures. Like,
there's not any. You said, I'm like,
which one did I think of before? Yeah, so that's why it makes my job kind of difficult, and I'm trying to focus on like hard-hitting stories. What Nigerians focus on here is
entertainment. Do you go by yourself?
Yeah,
because you're freelance.
Because I'm a freelancer, and then I'm a shoot edit. You know, I
shoot edit means like she shoots her own video and then she edits it and then she sells it to companies.
So I could package, you know, so that's what I'm telling myself as that's what companies are buying, the fact that they're only paying for one person, and so they don't mind sending me to places. So it's up to me, you know, to choose stories that are safer, but then I'm not choosing safer stories because I laugh in the face of danger. I love the adrenaline rush, and I like serious stories. Like, well, I don't know why I should shy away from serious stories as a journalist, but the security situation in Nigeria doesn't make that so plausible. Like, that kind of limits the kind of stories I was telling even when I was attached to certain organizations.
So tell us actually how you sell and package, because I think some people would be interested in doing that anyway. Like, how do you pitch a company a story?
Well, I actually have contacts that work with they're freelance as well, so I have a list of like different places you could pitch. They tell you the type of thing, type of stories they want, and if you go on their websites, you can usually see, or, you know, send your stories here, or you have a pitch or something. If you do a lot of digging, you would find how people are getting stories. So I do that. Mine, I would say, is mostly based on referral though, because of people that know what I do.
So how important are connections then? Because you said that it's a lot of the things. A lot of the stories that you're getting are referrals, which implies that people know you. How important are connections?
Connections are super important. Like, you're not anybody if you're not connected. If you're not networking, you need to know everybody. You need to put yourself out there. You need to let people know what you do. You need to bring it up in conversation. Like, when you go out in Lagos, you see people like just randomly talking about what they do, because everybody's hustling. Every opportunity is a hustling opportunity. You be there drinking beer and someone's like, oh, by the way, I sell this. You know, by the way, I do this.
And you'd be surprised how people are like, oh, I need that.
Yeah, that happens. That's a thing. So you can't survive in Lagos without networking, which is why like I'm considering going, because I'm tired of networking. I know so many people here, but I just feel like there's so much drama involved, all the processes. It's too complicated. That's what I'm saying.
It's too complicated.
It's too complicated.
Leveraging relationships.
Yeah, leveraging relationships, kissing ass, all of that. I'm sure, yes, maybe in the States you would have to do that in certain.
You have to do that
in certain careers, but then at least that's more straightforward. Like, you know the end game. Here, you can do a lot, and then somebody can just decide not to pay you, or just not understand why you're priced that much. You know, it's just too much.
You did mention something about like not getting paid. I think a lot of people don't know this. You know, a lot of people here, just in general, they don't get paid. So there are people who are owed anywhere from a couple of months' salary to years. I know that there have been jobs that you've done that you were never paid for.
Definitely.
That's just a thing. That's part of moving back, people. That's just like
something that's happened, and you just have to take it. You either start up the trouble. I remember I read a tweet of a guy that paid a messaging service to send somebody a text message every morning to remind the person that they haven't paid his money. And I was like, that's such a unique idea, you know. So you be getting 2,000 messages for a month, like, you've not paid my money, you've not paid my money. But sometimes getting your money is probably going to be more expensive than whatever it was, and it's just like. And that's what I'm saying. Like, I can't with the stress. I can't with the stress. I can't with the interactions. Then let's not even talk about the sexual harassment, which is inexistent. So like in the US, we would call it sexual harassment, but then Nigerian men look at you like, what?
Yeah, sexual harassment's not really a thing here.
But they do it.
They do it, but it's not called
sexual harassment. It's called life.
Yeah,
it's called the day in the life of Nigeria. Yeah.
But then, okay, so right now you're giving a lot of reasons why you want to leave Nigeria, but do you want to stay? And if so, what would you need in order to stay here?
I would need to be hired by a multinational company that if they sent me out to do a story, there would be some type of insurance that I would not die. You know, and then I would.
That's always nice.
That's always nice. And then I would love to be paid properly for my efforts, because I love what I'm doing, and I'm going to do it very well for you. So I would love my salary to be commensurate with that, and those are the conditions within which I would stay. I think if that's the case, I could suck it up with, you know, Nigerian interactions. I could suck it up staying and still doing my best to avoid most of the stress.
Well, it wouldn't be sucking up. If you got that, wouldn't you be happier being here? Or why would you stay? Because you could work for a multinational anywhere. You could work for a multinational in France. They move journalists around the world, right?
Yeah.
You could work in Dubai, you could work in US.
But Nigeria is home.
Okay.
Nigerians, as Nigerians, we have a place that we could trace our roots to, and that's something we should be proud of. And I don't want to go to somebody else's country and enjoy, you know, their basic amenities that their own people fought for and gained, and, you know.
But you want to work for a multinational, though.
Here in my country, because of the fact that I've been exposed to multinational work culture, and I don't appreciate the Nigerian work culture. You know, there are easier ways to do things. Now I've realized I wasn't born in Nigeria. I worked more in America, but still that work experience showed me that, you know, working doesn't have to be hard. Like, you can work and do your job and get paid every month, and that's it. Well, I don't know. I don't want to think about all the office politics. I don't want to think of, is my boss going to hit on me this week? I don't want to think of being spoken down to. That's another thing. Like, you know, the office discrimination and things like conduct in the office. You can't complain to anybody if your boss calls you an idiot. Like, he'll call you an idiot in front of everybody. I heard of somebody that the boss slapped her. Yeah, she went back to work because she was owed salary. I was like, whoo, y'all be doing the most. I cannot, and you can't report it to anybody. What? Report to who?
So since we discussed at length what you do not like about Lagos, Nigeria, what do you like about Nigeria?
I love the sense of community. Something that irked me a lot when I was in New York, you can be on the subway and somebody would be bawling their eyes out and everybody's looking away, minding their business. And the first time I saw that, I was literally looking in everybody's face in the train. I'm like, you're not gonna ask her what's wrong? You're not gonna ask her? what's wrong? Really? Nobody's gonna ask this lady why she's crying. So I give this lady a tissue and I'm like, I'm sorry for whatever you're going through. She's like, thank you. Like, that was the most sincere thank you I've ever gotten in my entire life, because she, like, I was expecting her to say, you can see me, because that is the way everybody was ignoring her. In Nigeria, I dare you to cry and make it to the bus stop. Somebody is gonna stop you and ask you what's wrong. Somebody's gonna offer to hug you. Somebody's gonna offer to help you. It's not possible for you to feel alone in Lagos, even if they're from a different tribe. You will find somebody that's not from your tribe that will be caring. You can still find that. You know, you can go to new places. Like, I traveled to a bunch of different states, and everybody's comfortable with me. They're happy to welcome me, happy to teach me things.
It's very comfortable
to show
here.
me places. You know, and I'm relaxed. There are definitely security issues here, but you can still feel comfortable. You can still feel kind of safe here.
Yeah.
My parents don't live here, but I still feel okay. You know, I'm not missing that family thing, because literally everybody is my family. Like, I walk out and the gate man from the next compound is like, oh, you okay? Doing all right? You know, that type of thing is something I missed in New York.
When I moved back, I definitely feel very comfortable here. That's the thing that I actually thought I would not feel in Lagos, because it's so big and there's so many people here. I don't know. And then I know the security issues Nigeria has. When we mean by security, we mean that you can't really count on police, and you can't really count on police. You can't count on anything, actually.
Fire service.
You can't count on fire service.
There's no emergency service.
Yeah.
Let me not lie. They're emergency services. They don't work like emergency services.
Yeah.
They be stuck in traffic or something.
Yeah. You just can't count on them. You can't really, if there is a crime committed, you really can't count on calling the police like, oh, this is what happened. It's just not secure. So I thought that would be like my everyday life. Like, I would feel like not safe in places. No. Because even though you can't count on police, I feel like if I shouted out for help, people would help me.
Yeah, people.
Oh my God, it don't matter. People will come to help me. I'm like, help. People would help me. Like, a little too many people.
Too many people.
Too many people will show up. It doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter who you look like. It doesn't even matter if you're not even from Nigeria. Like, if you come here and shout for help, people will help you. A lot of people will help you.
You would never feel alone. You never feel lonely. I love that. What I like about Lagos so far, it's a newbie in town.
Honestly, male attention and food. To be honest, the appreciation that I feel here as just a woman is very nice, because I feel Lagos men love beautiful women. That's what you gotta know. Lagos men love beautiful women. They don't care your height, color, shape, or size. They are in love with beautiful women. So they will pay attention to you. I definitely appreciate it. And also, I have been losing so much weight here effortlessly. Well, first, you see me sweating. Like, I'm sweating profusely all the time. And then on top of that, like, I'm eating good.
Healthy food.
Vegetables. Fresh. But like, honestly, I'm eating fufu. I'm eating plantain fufu. I'm eating fried plantain. I'm eating yam. I'm eating rice. I should be blowing up. But every day I wake up and I'm thinner, and I'm like, how? I didn't even do anything today but sweat. All I did today is sweat.
So these are the reasons that are like pulling me back. It's like, you know, it's like on one side this, on the other side this.
Yeah. But then I do encourage people, like, you have to be happy. You've been here for 2 years. The salary, the back pay that people owe you, the work culture, there are things here that you just don't like. So unless you're going to start your own business, you may need to move. A multinational can definitely hire you, especially in journalism. Absolutely. But like, if that doesn't happen, are you going to move back to the U.S.?
Yeah.
Move to the U.S. Yeah.
Yes, that's it. Because
Are you gonna be sad?
I would be, and my new plan would be kind of to make enough money to buy Nigeria back so it could work the way I want it to work, so I could live here.
The money is so important.
Yeah, you can't do much without money. Because unlike in New York, I know I could just pick up. I could wake up and get any job, any old job, and make like $1,000.
Awesome for work.
Make $1,000 in 2 weeks. Like if that's how bad it is. Like if that's what I need, I can pick up, do something, make $1,000 in 2 weeks, and use it for what I want to do. Here, you'll be looking for $1,000 job I know people that have looked for $1,000 jobs for years.
Yeah.
For years, just before they got to finally find a job that would pay them $1,000 a month. By the way,
a month. Yeah.
A month. That's their aim. Meanwhile, in US, you could work at 7-Eleven, man. Even if you just wanted to just do something.
Especially in New York.
Yeah, you could, especially in New York, you could work at 7-Eleven for 2 weeks, make $1,000 and bounce and use the money for what you want to use it for. Here, it's like that $1,000 is literally people's life savings.
So do you want to say anything else, Odera?
What else do I want to say? Please check out my channel where I talk about my love for Nigeria and my obsession, my clear obsession with Nigeria. Even if I do move, I will still be doing that because my heart will always be here. This country raised me. This is where I came into myself as a teenager, as an adult. So I have a lot of memories and attachment to the country. So no matter where I live in the world, I will still want to be talking about Nigeria.
Thank you so much for being on my channel.
Thank you, Iveoma, for having me. I'm so excited I get to finally be.
I'm also just excited that you welcome me into your home, and I appreciate you talking to me.
No problem.
So I'm trying to talk to all returnees.
Yes.
I want to see different viewpoints and different aspects, because that's the thing. Like, not everyone's going to have the same story, and everyone's going to have different views. Also depends on career too. So try to remain open-minded in the comments. Comment below if you resonated or disagreed with anything that we said. Make sure to thumbs up this video and check out our channel for sure. So thank you guys so much. Bye bye now.
Bye.